Hi all. Good morning. Hope my voice is audible to everyone.
Good morning, sir. Yes, it's audible.
Audible.
Yes.
Sorry for the delay. Let me start now. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. So actually, this Oracle software, no, it's downloading is easy. What problem we are facing, I will tell you. I think I will started the recording. Just a minute. Let me check once. Started the recording. Yes, it is getting recorded. Actually, the problem with this Oracle software, it's very actually the installation is very tedious for Oracle. I've never faced any application or software which has this much complexity. Okay. Actually, what happened? I was trying to do this installation and installation in my desktop. Okay. So I installed it. It was working. Because of some reason, I have to uninstall it. I uninstalled. It was uninstalled. Then again, I was trying to install. It was throwing error message. Okay, some error message is coming. Then we tried on other laptop. Same thing we have done. We installed. It was installed properly. Then we thought that okay, let's uninstall. We were just checking if it will work or not. We uninstalled it. It was uninstalled. Again, we are trying to install. It is throwing the same error message. Okay. So yesterday, literally the entire day, we are exploring that only, and that has failed. So that is why today we will share the link with you how to record and the link from where to download and all those things. Okay, but just one thing I will tell you because I will not be able to help you after that if you will face that issue because even I don't know the solution for it. We have tried a lot to fix it. First of all, we will share you the link that how you have to download it. So please uh, do the installation as per the instructions, whatever it will be mentioned. If you are getting error message at any step, don't skip it. Follow each and every step, and after that, don't uninstall it. That is what I can tell you because that is the problem we are facing. We have Googled, we tried all the possible ways, nothing is working on. Not only in one machine, but in two laptop and desktop, both we have tried. Okay, so install it properly, and suppose if you have to uninstall it, after that installation is not happening. Okay, we have tried. Maybe if you guys can figure out some reason for that, but we tried it a lot. The last 1 or 2 weeks, we are working on that only, but not getting any solution for it. That is why we very very careful with that. I will share that. Uh, I have told my team to record it, so we will share the recording today. That's all I can tell you. And the Oracle Live SQL, few of these commands will work, but few other doesn't work. It has certain limitations. Hope that is fine to everyone. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now proceeding further. Before I proceed further, do you have any question, anyone? Whatever we discussed yesterday, I hope that is clear. Let me summarize quickly. Yesterday, I was going through a job description. One of my students was applying. Same thing I have seen. They're asking for stored procedures. So now they're asking PL SQL in the interview. So better to have a knowledge of it. Okay. Any question? Someone has raised hand. No. Okay. Perfect. Proceeding further. And slowly everything will be streamlined. Today I will show you how you have to log in Graphy. So your recording, assignments, classroom notes, everything will be there. Okay. So it will take time.
Uh,
For next week onwards, the things will be streamlined. Okay. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
yes,
Okay. Quickly, I will recap whatever we have discussed so far. This set server output on, you have to execute it when you start working on it for the first time. And the good thing about this Oracle SQL Developer is it will not ask you to log in again and again. Once you have logged in, that's all. Okay, it will be alive. But in your official laptop, it will not be alive. Okay, your DBA team will set it in such a way that if you will keep it idle for maybe 1 hour or 2 hour, it depends. Okay, on the configuration what they have parameterized, and then it will log out. Then you have to log in again. But here, you don't have to log in again and again. Now, this is the first piece of code. I think I have shared this all codes yesterday with you. So here I'm showing you that we have a declare section, and within this I have declared this variable. Variable name can be anything, not only in PL SQL, but in all the programming languages. You have full freedom to write variable name, any whatever name you want. Okay. There are certain restrictions are there. So that we will tell you what all are the restrictions in the naming convention. But overall, you have freedom. You can write any name for that. Okay. So in the declare whatever I have written, it is known as declaration section, or it is also known as declare block. So here I am declaring a variable and the data type of this variable. Then I'm assigning value, Technist Academy. So this is how you have to assign value here, colon and then equals equal operator. The semicolon at the end is mandatory. If you leave it, it will throw error message. Okay. So net in declaration section, we have assigned a variable with the data type, and we have initialized a value. When you're assigning a value to a variable, it is known as initializing the value. So we have initialized a value to this variable. Then this begin till end, this is known as execution section. Okay, here we are executing. Okay, we are executing this dbms output dot put underscore line. We're trying to execute it. Okay. Yeah, and we are telling SQL engine that please display the value of this variable v underscore test. So I have shown you that if I will run this, it will show you that value. You could see the value. This academy is getting displayed here. Then here I have told you, I've explained you that declare section is not mandatory. Okay, it is up to your wish if you want to keep declaration section or not. But this section, begin till end, it is mandatory. You have to write something here. And very simple example, I'm showing that within this, I am printing a message, hi everyone. And you could see that it is getting printed here, hi everyone. So this is mandatory part. Then here we have discussed that again, now if I will keep this variable within inverted quotes, it will become a message. This will no more be a variable. Same logic is applicable in your Python as well. So here you could see this message v underscore test is getting treated as a message here, and it is getting printed, but we're not getting the value which is stored in this variable. So net, when you have to store, when you have to display the value stored in a variable, you don't have to keep that within inverted quotes. Here I'm showing you, if you compare this code and the very first code. So in the first code, I have declared the variable, the data type and the value, everything in the declaration section. But in this code, I'm trying to show you that yes, it is possible, it is allowed that you can assign a value to a variable in the execution section as well. You could see here, this variable v underscore test, we assigned the data type in the declaration section, but the value we have assigned in the execution section. Let's learn PL SQL. And then it is getting displayed here in the execution section with the help of this dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. So far clear to everyone, right? We have already discussed all these things. Then here, what I'm showing you here, same thing in declaration section. Okay. Here I'm showing you that I'm trying to print the value of this variable in the declaration section. So let me run this. It is throwing error message here. It has thrown error message, right? So it means you cannot print the value of a variable in declaration section. That is not allowed. The value can be printed only in the execution section. Don't worry. Don't try to by heart all these things. We will be executing this a number of times. You will remember it. So You cannot print the value in the declaration section. It is not allowed. Okay, you might be thinking, Tanvir, this is value. What about the message? Can we print message in the declaration section? What is your thought, guys? Anyone? Suppose this is a message. Do you think it will work?
No.
No.
No, sir, it will not work.
See, I'm executing it. Again, I'm getting the same error message. So please don't think that it's the variable that is why it is getting filled in the declaration section. No, you cannot print anything, whether it is value or whether it is a variable in the declaration section. Nothing is allowed. Hope that is clear.
Yes.
Uh, just a minute. Where is that part? Chicken. This is clear. Printing something in declaration section is not allowed. Clearly, I have mentioned here. Then here we have discussed that in this execution section between begin till end is known as execution section. Same thing I am repeating here. That is mandatory. Something must be present here. Okay. If uh, if you not write anything between this begin to end, it will throw error message. That is why the simple example I have shown here that even null should be there. Why it is throwing error message?
In declaration section, you have to
Because
look at something.
Oh, sorry. Procedure successfully completed. So in the execution section, something must be there. Okay, otherwise it will throw error message. Okay. And then the same thing here, I'm trying to explain you that execution section is mandatory. Okay. Now we will proceed from here. Today is 28th Jan. Okay, these are all things we have discussed so far. Now, proceeding further, these are examples I have shown you. Okay. Now, suppose I use a declare here. I will write v test. Let me show you for number. Okay, number. V test. One. Yeah, I'm trying to execute it. It is throwing error message. Oh, and some value for this. I think that's why. Okay, but that could not be the reason. Oh, this is missing semicolon. Okay, you see value 101 is getting printed here. Okay. All the previous example I've shown you for varchar, but here I'm showing you for number. So yes, you can use any data type. I've shown you for varchar. I'm showing you here for number. So we'll discuss for other data type as well. Okay. Now, next one. Suppose I will take the same example of the sweetest. So far, we have discussed that in declaration section, we can assign the data type. Okay. And the initialization of a variable, we have seen that it can be done in both declaration section and execution section, correct? In the very first example, if you see here, I have initialized the value of this variable v test in the declaration section. it has worked. In this example, I have initialized the value in execution section. We got the output. Now I am thinking that if I will declare the value in both the sections, declaration and execution, then what will happen? Is my question clear?
Yeah, so whatever you
Yes.
define in the
Yes.
begin, so whatever variable you are defining in the begin section, that will take the preference.
I didn't get you what you're telling.
So whatever value you are defining in the begin section, begin block, that will take the preference and show in the output.
Okay, good. You know that. Fine. So we'll discuss that. I will try to assign a value in both declaration section and execution section, and we will check the behavior. Okay. So this V test, I will assign some value here. Suppose the value is 100. Okay, and here in the execution section, I have put the value 101. Okay. Now I want to check what should be the output for this one. Output is 101. So which value it has taken?
Execution one.
So the value which is in execution section, that will take precedence. Clear?
Or we can say it has been reinitialized.
That also you can tell.
Sir,
And that is so. Let me complete 1 minute. So that's what you can tell, that it has taken this value, it has overridden, and that is why 101 is getting displayed here. But again, in this I have to explain you the concept of global variable and the local variable. Then this will be more clear. But for the time being, you can understand that yes, this is a latest value which we have assigned here. So that is why engine has taken this value. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Someone was asking question.
Hi,
Please go
Tanvi.
ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. Just wanted to confirm that all these declare and begin, can these be used in TSQL as well, or it's just for Oracle?
I have mentioned yesterday as well. T-SQL has little bit different syntax. Okay, like the declaration section and all those things. It's little bit different. So I cannot tell that it is exactly same. But if you're asking the skeleton wise, overall the structure will be like this only. Okay,
Okay.
but there are some significant differences are there. Okay.
Okay. So the concept is the same, just the syntax is different.
Concept will be same. Yes, concept is same.
Okay.
Because you see, like, think in this way. Think in this way. Like, suppose a particular company, like how that Samsung, they started that a smartphone, right? In 2011, it was like, I think 2011 only, 10, 11 was like a boom of a smartphone, and Samsung was advertising like anything. So whenever any mobile company, they add a feature, a new feature in the mobile phone, you will see that soon the other companies, they will start implementing the same feature in their models as well, right? Same
Yes.
thing happened. So Oracle has this PL SQL. If Microsoft will not having this procedural language, so they will be defeated in the market, right? That is why they started their own T-SQL, Transact SQL it is known as. But they have some differences. I cannot tell that it's exactly same. But one thing I can assure you, if you will learn PL SQL, it will help you to understand T-SQL as well.
Okay.
Okay, it's
Thank you
not
so much.
entirely different. No
Okay.
problem. So hope this is clear, right? And you all know SQL, so the journey will not be a roller coaster. It will be easy only. Okay. Just this basic things has to be very clear. Otherwise, the participants they struggle with this. So that is why I'm trying to explain the basic things first. So this is clear. We have seen this. Now I'm thinking that the different permutation and combinations actually we are checking here. Okay, we are checking the behavior of a variable in declaration section, in execution section, what we can do in declaration section, what we can do in execution section, what are their limitations. That is what we are trying to understand, first of all, because this section's clarity is very important. Okay. Now I'm thinking that, okay, fine. This I have kept in the execution section. Let's do one thing. Let's keep this in the declaration section itself. Okay. So this is one thing. You select it and right click, can see this option. Where is the format? Format. Control F7 is the shortcut. Click on it now, so it will automatically format it in a proper format. Okay, now see it has formatted in this format. Okay, so it depends on your preference which one you like. This is the format given by the Oracle, but when I explain, I follow this format. It is easy to understand. In some companies, they will tell you to follow the Oracle format. Okay, so this
So
is the one.
going with this line, sir, does
Ah.
the indentation is very strict here?
Important. Yes. That is important. You should follow it. At certain instances where it is not important, I will tell you. And it is also good from it's good to read your code as well, because when you have the nested blocks, you will get confused there. Like I have one begin end. Suppose within this begin end, I will create one more block. Then the confusion will start here. That is why it is recommended to have the indentation. Okay. Now, in the declaration section, okay, 1 minute. In the declaration section, I have same variable vtest, and I given a value here, number equals 100. Okay, and now suppose I have written here, let me write here number 101. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here in the declaration section for the same variable, I'm assigning two different values. Are you understanding, guys? So I want to check the behavior that if the same variable is getting different values in the declaration section itself. See, in the previous example, it was clear cut here. This variable I have initialized in the declaration section, value 100. Same variable I have assigned value 101 in the begin section. Okay. So we understood that execution section will take precedence, and that was the output. Here I'm thinking that in the same variable I have assigned two values. So what will happen in this case? Any thought what will happen? In this case, what will happen?
Sir, it will overwrite. Sir, the second
Will
101 is
override.
overwrite to 100.
I think
Will
it
override.
will
latest
throw an
one will
error.
take.
Yeah.
Maybe it will throw an error.
Okay.
I think it will overwrite.
It will return the
Right.
101 value.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. See, this type of questions are generally asked in the interview. The responses what you guys have given, we get the same response. But this will throw error message. The reason is two variables with the same name are not allowed here. This variable vtest, this variable vtest. We have assigned the different values. It is not allowed. Now, you might be thinking that, okay, fine. Then what if I will give the same value? That is 100 and I will put 100 here. Sorry. If I will put the same value to both the variables. Okay, now check here. 1 minute. Now check here. I'm executing it. What happened? 1 minute here. Like this. I'm executing it. Error message. right? I'm executing it. Error message, right? What we can conclude from these two examples, that same variable you cannot use twice, or you cannot initialize twice in the same declaration section. It is not allowed. Is that clear? And that is why I have shown you with the different values, because here there is no concept of override. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Hope this is clear to everyone.
So we cannot reassign the same value or reassign
that
the
is
value in same variable.
that is what I am showing you here. Even if you'll keep the same value or you are reassigning the value, this is not allowed. If your question is that then it happens sometime that we have to reassign the value, then how to do that? I will show you that, how to achieve it. Okay.
So can we say that same variable you cannot reassign in the same block?
I will come to that execution statement, execution block, then I can answer that, because I've not covered the execution part now. But one thing I can tell you, in declaration section, it is not allowed. Now let me show you for execution how is the behavior. Declaration section behavior is clear.
First one is working, right? I was having some issue like 100 and 101, right?
This one.
Yes.
Let me show this. Just throwing error message.
Okay, any value, even if it is same or
That is why here I have taken the same value. Here I kept the different value, so that you should not be under the perception that here the values are different. That is why it is throwing error message. No, that's not the reason. Same variable, even you have the same value or different value, it is not allowed to be kept in the declaration section. Is that clear?
yes.
Okay, good. Now the question is that, okay, fine, then we in the declaration section, variables, two same variables are not allowed. Okay. What about execution section? Okay, let's verify that one. I'm not asking the output, so please don't tell me the output for this. Just tell me what we are trying to do here. Can anyone explain this?
In the execution part of the code, we are trying to give the variable with the same name twice.
Okay. Okay. So in this piece of code, in the declaration section, I have assigned a variable vtest. The data type is number, value is 100. In the execution section, I am assigning the value 101. If I will comment it, let me comment it. What will be the output for this?
101.
101.
101.
101.
Right now we have this. Good. Right now we have discussed that execution section will take precedence. I'm getting 101. This is clear. Okay. I thought that, okay, same variable vtest. Let's assign one more value, 102. Now check the behavior. I'm trying to execute it. Let's check the behavior now. I'm getting the value here. What you understood? Hope you got the answer to the question what you have asked there. Someone has asked. Is
Yeah,
that clear?
like, so it is not happening
this-
in the declare blocks, but the begin block you could
Right.
able to reassign.
Correct. So for you and me, this declare is just a word. This begin is just a word. But within this declare, this is an another world. which has its own rules and regulations, which you have to follow very strictly. Similarly, within this begin, this is a separate world. It has its own limitations, it has its own capabilities, and it is very important to understand the significance of it. If it is Earth, then suppose this is Mars. Okay, they have their own limitations, configurations. So actually, from this different examples, whatever I'm showing you, I'm trying to show you the significance of this block. That see, try to understand how these blocks are important. Something is working here, something is not working here. That is very important to understand the power of these different blocks. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
Now, next example. Next example. Let me keep it here. Same thing. Here we test. Now, I'm not asking the output. So please don't tell me the output of this query. Just tell me the meaning, what I'm trying to do here. What is the meaning of this query? What we are trying to do here.
You declared the test variable, but you are not assigning any value onto the test variable. Now you are trying to print the test variable, v test variable.
Okay, good. In the declaration section, we have a variable v test. This is the data type. Have I initialized any value here?
No.
No.
No. Now, this can be your interview question. Is it mandatory to initialize a variable in declaration section?
No, it's
No.
not mandatory.
No, it is not mandatory. I
Yes.
have not initialized a value here. Let's see this example. See this example. Okay, I am executing it. 1 minute. I'm getting the output. Okay. Tell me this variable v test. Have I initialized the value in the declaration section? Have I given any value to this?
No.
No, I have not given. So it doesn't means that if you have a variable and if you have assigned a data type, then you have to assign a value as well. No, no. Trust me, what all I have taught you today, yesterday and today. These are the basic questions I ask in interview. Many candidates, they fail here. They will write function if I will ask, procedures they will ask, but just basic things they struggle. And many of the production issue which we face the escalations from the clients. Many of them, when we do the root cause, when we have retro meeting, we find that, oh, this was the reason, this was the reason. Okay, so that's why these basics are very important. It's not mandatory that if you have a variable, you have to assign a value. No. Is it mandatory that you bought a school bag for your child and he or she has to start carrying it from tomorrow onwards in his or her school? No. Maybe you went to the market and you found that, oh, this is a very beautiful bag. You bought it. So maybe he or she will start using it after some time, right? Possible. But that is why I bought this carry bag variable. I don't want to initialize a value here. My wish. I'm initializing value in the execution section. It is fine. Perfect. That is why a program is flexible, right? You have to give this flexibility. And that is the reason you got a lot of programming languages to achieve flexibility. Okay. Hope it is clear. You understood it? Now here, similarly, this variable, I have not initialized a value. Okay. Now, my question is, still here everything is fine because it is allowed that a variable, if it is present in the declaration section, if it doesn't have a value, that is fine, no issues. But question is here, I am trying to display the value of this variable v test. Okay. Trying to display the value of this variable v test. We have not assigned any value to this variable. Now, my question is, what do you think? What will be the output?
It will show the data type.
Will show the data type. Okay. What else?
Null.
It will give us error.
Null. It will throw error. Okay. What else?
Empty output.
Maybe empty.
Output. Okay, good. Different responses. Oh, no issues. I'm executing it. See, it is not mandatory that you have to assign a value, first of all, in the declaration section. I have already covered, right? Now, tell me one thing. Nothing is strange here. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing is strange here. Let's go back to the SQL. I'm writing a SQL query here. Select a star from employees. Just a minute. This employees table is there already in this. This is the employees table. Okay. Now, in this employees table, employee ID 0 is not there. Okay, or suppose 1 is not there. I will write employee ID equals 1. I know 1 is not present in this table. If you want, I will sort it. I will show you. 100, 206. 1 is not there. If I will execute this query, what will be that? Tell me. What SQL will tell me?
There is no ID.
No data.
No output.
No data.
No data. Yes.
No data, correct? During my SQL course, I have shown multiple examples where I have written a query and it has not given any output. And even I have told you that you went for shopping, you need something like I want a Levi's shirt, and in that shop, Levi's brand is not there. So the salesman will tell, okay, we don't have that, right? Similarly, you have full freedom to ask anything. If it is not present, it will tell, sorry, I don't have. That is what is happening here as well, no? See, it's saying, okay, the process has completed successfully, but it is not having anything to display. That's why it is not displaying anything. So it's nothing is strange here. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is why I thought to correlate with this, and you guys should not think that, oh, this is a strange behavior, something
Sir,
to make a note. No. Yeah, tell me.
one request. This background noise is this irritating. It's coming
Background
again
noise.
and again. I think someone is on unmute, maybe.
Okay, let me check. Okay, I will mute everyone. Okay, I have muted everyone. Hope you should not get background noise now. And if anyone has any question, you please unmute and you can ask. Okay. Are you still getting background noise? I think Navita has raised the concern.
No, sir. No, it's not.
It's fine. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, perfect. So what I was telling. So this is clear now. So if nothing is there, it will not display anything. And one more concept, it is not mandatory that a variable, if you have signed here, you have to give a value. I know that you will be thinking, you see, actually what happens when we start any course, we know that the concepts, whatever I'll be covering. So related to that, you'll be having many questions. And as a trainer, it is little bit challenging to convince you with all your questions at the same time. Okay, so that is why we have to progress in an incremental manner. And you will realize that what all questions is popping in your mind, all the questions will get answered sometime automatically, and sometime I will answer to that. Okay. So What I want to tell is let's have some patience level. That's all. Okay. But your questions will be answered one by one. So I hope this is clear. Okay. So now you might be thinking that, okay, fine. Then okay, this piece of code has not given any output, no error message. This is okay. What is the benefit of it, right? You have assigned a variable, you have declared a variable, you have not assigned a value. Okay, okay, your code is working. It has not thrown error message. But what is the use of this in real time? Well, you might be thinking this, correct? It has a lot of use cases. Okay. One very simple use case I will tell you, very simple one. Many times it happens that you are doing some financial calculations, okay, and uh, you want the output of it to be saved somewhere. So you need a carry bag, right? Many times when you will go to that mall, so nowadays you will see it will be written, please carry your own, please carry your own carry bag, right? So that is what. Sometimes you have to carry this variable because you know something will be there down the line which you can store here. That's also one of the reason this PL SQL has given this freedom that okay, you can declare a variable. If you don't want to initialize any value, that is fine. Got it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now the question is telling something. Okay, got it. Now suppose this piece of code I will write here 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now take your time. Okay, don't be in a hurry. What will be the output of this code? It will be the output.
Error.
It will
Error
throw an
message.
error.
Will throw error. Okay. Any other thought?
I think it will
You all
print
agree error?
V test 1, 2, 3
I
Yeah.
think
because it is a
it
BPMS
will
output
not give
for
us any
printing it.
output.
Okay. You see, one thing I want to tell. Output, if you're telling it will not give output, if you're telling it will throw error message, they both are different output, right?
Yes, I'm saying
So
it will not give us any output.
I think
will
it will
not give
print
any output.
V test 1, 2, 3.
Print we test 1, 2, 3, 2 responses.
It will
Someone
give
has
error.
It
stored
will
error
show an
as
error only.
error. 3
It will
responses.
give
Right?
error message because
Error
we don't
message.
have the
Error
variable
message.
v test 1, 2, 3.
Okay, okay. 3 responses. Good. So it has shown error message. Now, this is again nothing new. This is not a new concept. Nothing new. Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. In this query, okay, in this employees table, salary is there. Okay. I will write location equals daily. Now over to you. If I will run this query, what will be the output? Just answer this one alone.
It will give error, column cannot
Error.
be found.
Yes.
Why it will throw error?
There is no column with the location name.
There is no location column.
You all agree with this?
Yes.
Yes.
And what this error is known as?
I think no column found.
Semantics error.
Okay.
When you execute a SQL query, first of all, that is fine. You're executing a query and quickly you're getting the output. But a lot of thing happens at the back end. When you execute your query, first of all, engine will check that you're following the syntax or not. Then it will check the semantics. Semantics means the table which you have mentioned, the column which you have mentioned, is that present or not? Is this employees table present? Yes, it is present in the database. Do you have this location column present? Tell me
No.
yes or no. Is that
No,
present?
it's not present.
It's not present, right? It's not present. So let me run this query. What is the output? It is throwing error message. Error. It is telling, sorry, location is invalid. Means SQL engine is telling, I could not find this location. Where is that? Got it? Is that clear?
Yeah.
So that is why now tell me, I will execute this query. What is the output? What is the output here? Error message.
Error.
What is the reason? You are telling engine to print vtest 1, 2, 3. Do you have this variable present, vtest 1, 2, 3?
It was not defined prior to
No.
this.
It's not present. Then how engine can display it? And this is exactly same as this example. You are telling I want to apply filter on location column. Do you have location column present? You don't have that.
Oh,
If you don't have that, then how engine will apply filter? I think it's not clear.
clear,
No,
Tanvir.
it's clear, sir.
Clear?
It's
Clear, no?
clear, sir.
So, okay, good. Why I have given this example that you should not think that this is something new I'm teaching. Now, same behavior engine is exhibiting here. You are telling to print vtest 1, 2, 3. It is not present. So don't tell that it will give no output. No, they see no output is different. Error message is different. In the output, if you're getting 0, that is different. Okay. So this will throw error message. So it means this variable doesn't exist. I repeat many times when I take interview and literally I sometimes I feel irritated. Participants, many candidates, they don't know the difference between error message, no output, 0, 0 output. There's a huge difference between these three. Error message is something, it means there is some issue in your code. Engine has not triggered the table itself. Your code has failed within the query. Please go and check your query. Either you are doing some syntax error or semantics error. If no output, it means your query is working perfectly. Everything is correct. But maybe in the data, in the table, the data what you're looking at is not there. Okay. If the output is 0, it means maybe you're using count function. And in the table, the data what you're looking, the filters, whatever you have applied, you're not getting that. So that is why they all are different. And this 0 case, if you remember the exist keyword which I have taught you, and there I have told you this scenario. Within exist, I have used select count of a star, and the behavior was very strange. So that's why sometime in the interviewer will try to confuse you between this two. Generally, 0 case they will not ask, but this two they will ask. That is why here I asked you what will be the output. That is fine. Okay, you can give any response. That is fine, but you should be clear with this. Error message is a different output. No output is a different output. If error message is there, it means, sir, there is some issue in your code. Please revisit it. If it is no output, nothing you can do, because maybe the data what you're looking at is not present in the table. So you can't do anything. Like here, I have written employee ID equals 1. This is fine. You cannot do anything here because here the data is this employee ID 1 is not present. Your code is correct. That is not your mistake. This query is throwing error message. It means there is some issue in your code. Please revisit it. Got it? Similarly, here you are telling I want vtest 1, 2, 3. Sorry, vtest 1, 2, 3 is not available. How you are asking the value for this? How engine will display? That is why engine is telling, sorry, this is invalid. It is throwing error message here. This identifier must be declared. This is not good. Hope this is clear.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
no output and blank are the same.
No output, blank. See, few database they will write no output. Few database nothing will be there. Like see here, I executed this query on Oracle SQL Developer. It has given me at least this column names, no? Correct.
Yes.
And if you will execute the same query in this Oracle Live SQL, if you remember, it will
Yeah.
directly write no data found. It will not give you the column name itself, right? So they both are same. It is just because of the dashboard of the different databases or the licensed version or the free version, whatever you're using. That is fine. No issues. Okay, clear?
Got it.
Yes, sir.
Now, just one more thing I want to cover here. Now, for this, tell me, what will be the output of this query? Tell me, what will be the output
Zero.
for this query?
Zero.
What? Zero?
No. Where employee equal to-
Yes, output
Yeah.
will be zero. Employee ID1 is not there, so output is zero. Now see, world has changed. Same query I executed here. Nothing was displayed here. For this, it is giving zero. So you have to be careful. That is what I'm telling you. There's different output. Okay. Fine. Let me proceed further. Hope you guys have understood. Please take care of this, because if you're doing mistake here, it shows that you don't have much experience, or maybe you are not serious about this course. Okay. Now proceeding further. This part I have covered. So net from here we have concluded that it is not mandatory that a variable has to be assigned a value. But if you're asking a value of a variable which you have not declared itself, it will throw error message. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, good. Now, next question. It has a lot of scenarios, and you have entire week, Monday to Friday, and we will share the recording of installation today. You can play with this multiple scenarios, combinations you can try. Okay. Now let me take this one. This scenario, this example. I'm going very slow, but because this is confusing actually, that is why we have to cover it very slowly. Let's remove it. Remove this as well. Now, this piece of code, I'm trying to execute it. It has thrown error message. Okay, now let's see the message. Identifier vtest must be declared. Okay, I have shown you the output, but still I want your thought. Why it has thrown error message?
Has
You
not
are
been
not declaring
initialized.
any-
So we did not declare our variable is which data type. Like
Okay, okay. Any other thought?
We have to declare the variable in declaration section.
Variable. Okay. Okay.
Data type is not defined actually.
Data type is not defined. Okay. You all are giving more or less the same response. Okay. Let me do one more thing here. I have removed the. Okay, 1 minute. One quick feedback. How you are finding this PL SQL so far? Is it difficult, or you're able to understand easily?
it's
You learning?
interesting.
Means you all can interesting, and you all means I know like sometime different scenarios confuses us. Totally agree, but how you means you all are able to digest, you're able to understand, right? It's not that much complicated, correct?
Right.
Yes, Tanvir.
Yes.
Let me know if you find that something is getting complicated. Okay, then I'll move to the next topic. Okay. What I was telling here. Okay. So now here, Here, I thought that, okay, fine, I have kept declare here, executed this query, and it has thrown error message. Some error message is there. We don't know the reason. Ignore it for the time being. I thought, okay, fine, let's remove the declare itself and just execute it. Okay, before this, I have a question. Okay. From begin till end, this is known as execution section. Okay. Or execution block, or executable block, or executable section. Different names people has given. So is this section optional or mandatory?
It's
Mandatory.
mandatory. sir.
Mandatory.
Mandatory. Yesterday I have shown you, correct? So,
Yes.
and this example, this is a very beautiful example. And this is a mandatory. If you don't have anything, at least keep null. So it proves that this is mandatory. There is no compromise, zero tolerance here. Okay, this is mandatory. Okay. Now, the same line, can I ask you one question that what about declare section? Do you think is that mandatory?
No, sir.
No,
Oh,
it's
that's
not
not.
mandatory.
No.
No, sir.
Actually, this example has answer to both the questions. If declare section is mandatory, I don't have declare section here, then it should throw error message. But is that throwing error message? No. It means declaration section is not mandatory. Is that clear? Okay.
Yeah.
And I have kept null here to prove that yes, at least something must be there within this execution section. So this example will answer both the questions. Declaration section is optional, execution section is mandatory. So now here, I'm executing this query, declaration section is not there. Now, if this query, I don't know what will be the output. Suppose we all don't know what will be the output, but I'm just alarming you. If this query is throwing error message, I repeat, if this query is throwing error message, please don't blame that declaration section is not there. Is that clear? So don't tell me that that reason that when we declaration section is not there, that is why it is throwing error message. Okay, I'm executing it now. It has thrown error message, correct? Will you blame the declaration section for it?
No.
No,
No.
sir.
Okay, make it clear here. Declaration section is not mandatory. If this query is throwing error message, please don't blame declaration section. That declaration section is not present here. Clear? Okay. Now, this has thrown error message. This also has thrown error message. But now, here as well, we cannot blame to this declaration section. Now, what is the reason? In this query, now, I will write one more query here. Keep on observing the things. Now, here I will write vtest number something 8, and please ignore why the video have written 8. Please ignore all these cosmetic things. I will cover all these things one by one. Okay. One thing I want to check. Taken now. I know you all know the answer, but still I'm asking. What is the difference between this first query and this third query? What is the difference?
In the first query, we have not defined the data type of the variable we test.
Correct? You all agree?
Yes.
In this
Yes.
first query, the variable we test data type is not present. Data type is missing. In this third query, this variable we test, I have declared a variable. Okay. Now I am trying to execute this query. I got the output. Now you guys have to answer why these two queries were throwing error message.
Because we
Because
didn't
data-
define the data type.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Clear to everyone?
Yes.
So It is mandatory to declare data type of a variable. Hope it is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now I'm thinking that, okay, fine. This query has thrown error message. Declaration section is there. Execution section is there. It has thrown error message, and we concluded that the sweet test variable was not declared, or the data type we have not announced here. Okay. Now those are from Python background. Sorry if anyone is not from Python background, please excuse. Those are from Python background. The same piece of code. I mean, in the Python context, if I will write, do you think it will throw error message there?
No, in Python it will not show. It is a dynamic data type, right?
Or Python dynamically, it will understand the data type and it will capture it. Got it? So that is the difference. But here you have to explicitly mention the data. Sorry. Okay. Hope it is clear. Sidaki, you are asking something?
Sir, but in C++ and Java, it will throw an error message.
C++ and sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you repeat, Satyaki?
Sir, no, sir, nothing, sir. It will clear, sir. It will clear.
Java as well, if you remember, those are from Java background. You have to assign a data type. Right? In C as well, you have to assign a data type. Okay. Now,
So one thing is here, we can keep empty at declare section, even though we will not define anything inside declare.
Correct. So I think I have covered this earlier as well, that in declaration section, it is not mandatory to initialize a value, to assign a value. Okay. I think I have covered earlier somewhere. But one thing is clear from these three examples, that it is mandatory to assign a data type to a variable if you want to use it. Okay, I was thought of a shortcut that, okay, directly use the value. Engine has thrown error message. So from this we understood that you have to assign a variable first. The same behavior is in your SQL as well. When you're creating table, when you're inserting columns, you have to mention the data type of those columns. If you will not assign, you remember that create table script, right? So there, after creating table, we used to mention the columns and then that data type adjacent to it. If you will skip the data type, it will throw error message. So this is nothing new, same behavior. Okay. Fine, I will take a break. Yesterday I have not taken break. Sorry, I forgot. We'll take a short break. It's 9:08 in my machine now. We'll be back at 9:20. Okay, let's take a 10 to 12 minutes break. Fine.
Lot of people coming on video early morning కదా, coming on video without dresses. బాత్రూమ్ లో కొంతమంది, ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ వరకు ఒక guy not even wore anything.
I think we should start now. Hope my voice is audible to everyone.
Yes, yes, Tanvi.
So we're discussing this, and we concluded from this three example that you have to declare a variable. Then only you will get the output. Just initializing a variable. Initializing means assigning value is sufficient. Declaring variable is important. Okay. Now then I'm thinking that okay, fine, I have declared a variable here in the declaration section. I'm thinking why in the declaration section? Can I do that? I'm sorry. Can you do that in the execution section? So let me check it. This part, give this. In the execution, will remove it. Okay, so in the execution section itself, I have declared this value, and I thought, okay, let's check this one if this will work or not. So now I'm executing it. Has thrown error message, right? So what we can understand from this, that declaring a variable, the data type is not allowed in the execution section. You have to declare it in the declaration section only. Hope that is clear. These are the few rules which you should know. It's very simple only. Okay. The one thing is, if you're using a variable, you have to declare a data type of it. Where you will declare variable. So that is a rule of declaration. That are variable properties. You have to declare the data type. Then execution section, you can assign a value, but you can assign a value with declaration section output. I know you might be thinking that if I can assign a value in declaration, why I'm using why we have the privilege of assigning a value in execution section output. There are some reasons. Look into that one more. Now let me proceed further with the next concept. Now I'm thinking that okay, fine, we have taken a value, we have declared the value, okay, and we have seen that the two values with the same name we cannot declare. Okay, and then mandatory part we have also seen. Okay, now I want to check a different scenario, like here, uh, here. So this is retest one, and it has a value 100. And I have retest two. But get one. Now my question is, now here, this is a new set of example. In all the previous examples, we have noticed that I have used a single variable. In all the previous examples, one variable we have used. But in this example, I thought that, okay, fine, if I have two variables, you see the names are different, we test one, we test two. See, don't compare this with this example. This was a different scenario. Where is that? This was a different scenario. The same variable was there. V test and V test are the same variable, right? And this we have discussed and we have seen that it has thrown error message. So this is a different scenario. And the one which I am going to explain now, this is a different. So please don't think that we are explaining the same scenario. How it is different? Because the variable name is different here. It is V test one, it is V test two. Variable names are different. That is what this is different scenario. In that scenario, we have seen that the same variable, if we will assign values, it will throw error message. Here now I am thinking, okay, fine. If I have different variables, V test one, V test two, then how the engine will behave? What is your thought? What do you think, guys? Here, how the engine will
This
be?
one,
No,
it will
It will run
It
successfully.
will run out successfully, 101 at one.
no, it will throw error because the retest one, you have not given colon there, just proper colon there.
Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. Sorry. Good catch, by the way.
Yeah.
My mistake. What about this now?
Will run successfully.
Do you think this will give out? This will throw error.
Give out.
Output, give output.
Output. Okay. Let me execute it. Now this output. 100 and 100 not one. What we can conclude from this, that yes, it is allowed to have more than one variables. But you have to follow the rules and regulations. What is the rule? This variables has to be declared. We have declared it. This variable initialization is not mandatory, sir. That I have covered here. You see. Where is that? Here I have covered, no? Here I have covered it. Let me show this again. Is this? Oh, sorry, this is different. See, I'm executing it. It is not showing any error. So initializing a value is not mandatory. But if you're using a variable, you have to declare the data type. That is mandatory. Similarly here, if you have more than one variable, that is fine, that is accepted. I have shown here two variables. If you have three variables, let me show you that. I will write it as retest 3 and the value is 10102. Okay, or 103 anything. Do you think this will throw error message? No, it will not throw error message. Let me run this. See, you have the value 10101. So you have full freedom to have any number of variables. The only thing is the variable names will be different. You have to assign the data type. Now, okay, now if I will not initialize a variable here, then what will happen? Tell me. Now what will be the output if I will run this?
Yeah, you will get output.
Sir, it will give you the
10
output. 100 and 101.
101, not 1.
Because it is fine. I have a variable. I have declared a variable. I don't have a value assigned. That is fine. Maybe I need this variable at a later point of time. I just bought this carry bag. Maybe I will use it at a later point of time. That is fine. Right? I went for shopping. I like the shirt. I was not having plan to buy shirt. I like, okay, the shirt looks good. I bought it. Maybe next time, whenever I want, I can wear it. Got it? Yeah, so from this we understood that okay, fine, we can have multiple variables. That is allowed. Data type you have to assign. If value you're not assigning, that is fine. Okay, that is fine. Okay, now next we test 4. This is an interesting one. Listen carefully. And write 50 here. Now, why I'm taking this example because this 3 has the same data type number. We test 4 has another data type, which is very cache, right? Data types are different. Now what will happen if I will run this?
Same, 100 and 101.
What will throw error? For this, it will throw error message. What do you think?
No, 100 and 101.
Output, right?
Just gives out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 100 not 1. So you can have different variables. First concept, second concept. Even they can have different data type. It is allowed. Now suppose I will write here EL SQL. Okay, and I want to print it. Is that clear? So you can use a mix of data type allowed your type value to your value of your type of function. All this flexibility you have there. Just certain rules are there which you have to remember. That is, you must assign a must declare a variable. Now, next question. Now, what will be the output?
100, 101, hi there.
101. Hi there. Clear to everyone? Today we have started with this discussion only. Now the value in the execution section will take precedence. Yes.
So,
Okay. Now. Now what will be the output?
Hello there. 100, 101, hello there.
Okay. Any other cow? All agree with this? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now one more point we have covered here. Where is that? This one.
Sir, your voice is so low, sir. Can you talk little bit loudly, sir?
Voice is too low. Okay. Take the volumes.
So before break it was good, but after break your
Okay.
voice coming low.
After break that's changed. Okay. Voice is low. Okay. How is it now? Is it still low?
yeah, little bit, sir. Yes, yes. Maybe you're using your microphone or something.
But before break also I was using microphone only.
Okay, okay. Maybe some
One.
energy pass. Energy pass.
No. Oh, got it. Now how's it now? How's it
Now
now?
it's good. It's fine now.
Oh, okay. Good. I
You are
understood
away
what was
from
the reason.
microphone.
I was away from the microphone. Correct. Now it is better, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks for mentioning that. Okay. Now I will write here suppose SQL. Now what will be the output?
It will now throw an error.
Sir, it will throw.
It will throw error. Why Sandeep? Sandeep has answered, I think.
Yeah, because you are declaring two times same variable with the different values.
And variable
One
with
is
different values. Okay. Got it? I have covered this today. Same variable is not allowed in the declaration section,
Declaration.
but the same variable is working in the execution section. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Here I think Sandeep is the one who is from 2021 batch. I think Sandeep you have joined, right?
yeah, 20 yeah, 2020 or
Correct.
2021.
Correct. The very initial, I think second or third batch which I started, you have joined that in December, I think maybe, right?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. I remembered your voice. Okay. Fine. So this is clear to everyone so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the more or less summary whatever we have discussed today. Okay, and I hope so far so good. Well, I've understood. Now proceeding further a little bit. So this was the basics of the different blocks: declaration section and the execution section, and their relevance, their significance. Hope you all have understood it. Now proceeding further, something about comment. Those who are from the programming background, they all know comment in Java and C. Everywhere we use comment. And I know You will be knowing the reason for it, but still I want to ask why we comment in a code. Like suppose this piece of code is there, right? And here I will comment it. Now what will be, okay, no, let's comment this as well. Now what will be the output for this? 100, not 1 and high there, right?
Yes.
Correct. Why we
Yeah.
comment something? Can anyone tell me the reason for this? I have commented here, no? We test for why we comment something.
For
SQL
better
engine will
readability of
skip
the
that
code.
line if you comment it out.
Keep that line. Okay.
Yeah.
I commented here because I don't want to execute it. Okay, and this is the straight answer. But any other reason for commenting something?
Also becomes a source of documentation, like there is a series of
Good.
codes written. Yeah.
Good. Very good answer. Documentation. Many a times I will not tell, I should tell always. It's a best practice that whenever if you're working in project, okay, and if you're writing code, so generally in project, their codes, and especially PL SQL codes will be 400, 500, 1000 lines. But don't think that if 1000 lines is there in a code, it will be complicated or complex. No, complexity is nowhere related to the length of the code. Okay. Sometime I can show you 1 or 2 line of code. It will be very complicated. Maybe I can use code-related query with self-join or some other concepts to become complicated. So in those scenarios, no, if you're writing a piece of code and suppose that code has to be shared with BA team, testing team, okay, or maybe you have to share that code with the stakeholders. And if it has 1000 lines of codes, so it will become difficult for someone else to understand the code. Maybe they have to go line by line. They have to understand the meaning. And sometimes it also happens. In the code, you have written a piece of code, okay, and you have some different thoughts, you have some different intention of achieving something from that code, but maybe I will interpret it in some other fashion. And this is also possible, right? This happens. So that is why it is recommended whenever you're writing code, you document it. It means you write that what you're trying to achieve. Like suppose here I'm trying to achieve, I want to print the value of the variables, so I will write here, although this is a very simple one, but when you have complicated scenarios, you are deriving something, you're applying some calculation. So you will write this. Suppose if I'm deriving the transfer pricing fee. So I will write here, calculate transfer pricing fees. So if someone will look at your code now, they will understand that, oh, Tanveer is trying to derive. So here is the logic for transfer pricing fees. Or suppose I am trying to calculate the simple interest here. I'm working for a banking project. So suppose if I will send this code to the business analyst, he will understand that, oh, this is the section where Tanveer is trying to derive simple interest. Correct? If I will not write it, it will become difficult to understand that in the code where what I'm doing, what is the intention of this code, right? When to use this code. That is the reason that is also one of the reason we comment. Like suppose I will write here, uh, printing the value of different variables. Okay, I have written this. Now see, I'm executing this code. I got this output. Okay, so the output has not changed. You got the same output. But now if I will share this code with my teammates, it will be easy for them to read it. Okay, fine. Here Tanvir is trying to print a value. Suppose the next in the next piece of code, if I'm trying to derive something, I will write there, I'm deriving this particular value here. I'm applying this logic. Okay. And sometimes we also mention here that as recommended, suppose your client has told you to do some modification as suggested by Tom. So then it will be clear, oh, Tom has told to do the modification here. So as per that, we have done it. Okay, but this has to be documented in your conference page as well, or whatever you're maintaining, MS Word, or whatever it may be. So that is also one of the reasons we go for comment. Okay. In PL SQL, if you have to comment, so you You just write hyphen here. So like, see, I have written double hyphen. It is, you have commented it. Sometime you have to comment a block of code. Like suppose this entire thing, I want to comment it. So if you want to comment 4, 5, 10 or 20 line of code, it is very hectic to write double hyphen in front of each and every line. In that case, what you can do, you give this backslash star and there star. So engine will understand that, okay, I have to comment this entire piece of code. Everything will be commented. You don't have to write hyphen each and every time. Okay. So now if I will execute this query, here you're not telling to display anything. Nothing will be displayed. Nothing is displayed. So this is how we comment. Hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes.
Okay. So comment is not only because we want to bypass a line or a script. No, that is not the only reason. I agree that is one of the important reason, but that is not the only reason. Many times we comment a code to give some explanation so that if someone else is reading your code, they can understand it easily. Okay. I hope this is clear.
Yes.
Now, okay. Now I want to execute a code here. I forgot I covered this scenario or not actually. Maybe this might be a repetition. Now, coming back to this. So we have this code. I think I have covered it. Anyway, what will be the output for this?
One zero one.
101. Okay. Any other thought? Voice becomes robotic for me. Tushar is telling. Is it robotic for everyone? Are you facing issue?
No, sir, it's good.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
I'll rejoin.
Okay, so what will be the output for this code?
It will give us
101.
101.
101, 101. Okay. I think I have not covered this scenario then. Check the output. It has thrown error message. Why? This variable you are declaring in which section?
Oh yeah, execution section.
Execution section. So it is not allowed. You cannot declare a variable in execution section. Okay, this has to be declared in declaration section. This is not allowed. Now you see I will remove it. Now let me run this. Check the output. Now you're getting the output, right? 1 minute, 101. So you should not declare a variable in execution section. So you have to be careful here. I want after the class someone to prepare a notes. If you want, I can also prepare, but I want you guys to take this task. Prepare a notes, okay? Whatever you have learned. I remember in my Python class, I think Peter was there. Not sure Peter is there in this batch or not. So for each and every class he used to prepare. And in the ATL batch, I think, and Naveen has prepared that notes, very good notes. So someone can take that. Means whenever you have free, you can prepare it. You can share. Okay, now we have this. Now, next example. What about this piece of code? What do you think? This will work or not?
No output.
This works.
This will throw error or this will work?
Works.
It will work.
Okay, tell me one thing. Is this violating any rule of PL SQL? Just check it first.
No.
Is it violating any rule?
No.
Okay.
Sir, we did not define the size of data type. I think it's violating.
Okay, I will come to that. The size part, I will come to that. This variable, we have declared the data type. The first rule is fine. But I have not initialized value here, no? Is that mandatory?
No, it's not mandatory.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not mandatory. Good. In the execution section, I have just written null. I have not written anything. Execution section is mandatory. Do you think null will suffice the requirement here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let me execute this now. Got it? Very simple piece of code. From this, just I'm telling you one thing, that a variable not required to have a value. Execution section just keep something at least. Now see, I will comment it. Now what will be the output?
It will throw error.
Error message. Because execution section is mandatory, it is expecting something. Got it? Okay. Now, next example. Okay. So this basic syntax and all these things are over. Now we will show you a few calculations, the basic mathematics operations, whatever you can perform. Okay.
Sir, are all these scenarios, can we call them as use cases, sir?
You can turn this as use cases as well. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Number is 20. Number again. I will try to complete this in 30 hours, maybe we'll extend to 35, maybe. Okay, but we'll try my level best to complete in 30 hours. Underscore line. And then we have here some pipe operator. Okay, now the basic part is over. You understood declaration section, execution section, declaring a value, variable, initializing a variable, multiple variables, all those concepts. Hope it is clear now. Maybe you have to revise to the class to be more clear. Now I'm executing it. Okay, let's check the output. Got this output. Sum is 143. I believe you all would have understood it. I will quickly revise it. Here we have a variable A, data type is number, value is 123. Variable B, data type is number, value is 20. Variable C, I don't have any value assigned here. And the same thing I have covered today, if you remember it. Now, execution section, I am telling SQL engine to perform this addition of A and B and store the value in C. Now I'm trying to print the value here. If I have covered it, that if you will keep something within inverted quotes, that will be considered as a message. So I'm telling SQL engine to display this message. This is known as pipe operator. This is the same pipe operator. If you remember, I have covered in that Oracle, that concat operation. If you remember it, this is the same pipe operator. The same pipe operator is used in your Unix as well. If you want to route the values and all those things. Okay. So I'm telling engine to display the value of C, which is nothing but the addition of A and B, and the value is 143. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Now tell me why we don't assign a value to a variable. Is that clear now?
I
Yes,
think
sir.
that.
For the use case,
Yes.
right? So that is one of the reasons that the PL SQL has to give this flexibility to us. That is why it is not mandatory that a value always has to be initialized. There is always a reason for something. If a programming language is not allowing you to do something, there is a reason. If it is allowing you to do something, there is a reason. I hope it is clear. Okay. Similarly, you can do some other calculations as well. Okay, whatever you want. Let me now show you another example. This will be the last example. I will stop after it. So, we are here. 50. This is John. This is name. Name, surname, is it full name? Begin. Full name. This name. Type operator. Name. This is the code. Now let me execute this. This is the output. Full name is John Doe. So here we have variable name. Here I am using the data type varchar now. And this is the value John. Surname is Doe. Full name. Again, I'm not initializing any value, just I have declared the data type. This is mandatory. Now I'm telling SQL engine that in the full name variable, please concat this name and surname. So now see, this is behaving as a concat operator, right? And then I'm telling to print the value of this full name. This is your message because this is an inverted code. You could see full name is John Doe. So this will work for this addition we have done with the help of this variable, this concatenation we have done with the help of variable, which is varchar here. Okay, now here you can ask that there is no space between John and Doe. So if you want to add a space, it is simple. Just keep this blank spaces here and then this pipe operator. I will check this value. So now you have this. Oh, still it is not coming. Why? It is not coming. It should be displayed now.
Oh. We have to give it full name, name plus the name plus surname.
Concat operator is there. Blank is there. Surname is there. 1 minute, 1 minute. No, plus is not required. Okay, why it is not coming? नेम है जॉन है Oh, okay. I think the space was not sufficient here. Got it? So you have the space here now. Hope this is clear. Hope
Yeah,
this
yes.
is clear to everyone.
Just
Okay.
one question, Tanvir, on the case sensitivity part. Like, let's say if we pass full name instead of
Got it,
small
got
f,
it.
capital F,
Got your
something.
question.
Yeah.
Got your question. I thought of covering it. I forgot. Good question. Let me run this now. Full name. One minute here. I'm getting a surprise here. What is happening here? 1 minute. Now there is something issue here. The variable names are case sensitive. Okay, so it should not pick this. Maybe the setting it is case insensitive, the same thing which was there in the SQL server. If you remember, in many batches we have faced it. Okay, so I will check this and I will get back to you. but variable names are case sensitive. That is what I've shown you in VTest 1, 2, 3 and VTest 9, if you remember that. Okay, so it has to follow. So I will check this part. Okay, it should throw error message here because you're trying to display this full name and this is not there. We have not defined it. Should throw error message. Why it is not throwing? I think I have to change the settings of this. This is what? 1 minute.
And also it is taking 2 space between name.
Between name, where? Here.
No,
That is fine.
in the output.
In where you are. This is the message.
No,
Message
no,
you can display in it.
I got that. In the output, now it is showing 2 space. That I'm saying.
Now it is showing to a space. Yeah, I think there is
Yes.
something.
That time it was not working.
Correct. Some abnormal behavior maybe with this Oracle. You're right. So I think it is not taking that maybe. I will check this. You are correct. Now see it. Something is different here. No, now it has suppressed it. Okay, so I will check it, not an issue, but hope you understood the concept. If you have to give a space, you have to give spaces here. And this part I will check. Okay, we have to change the settings here. Okay, fine then.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, tell me.
We have seen the one example where declare section was empty and begin section we have defining the variable and initializing. That I want to see one more time. I want to keep my declare section empty and in the begin block, I want to initialize and declare both. Can it be done?
Sure. Let me show you that. 1 minute. Tell me in declare section what you want.
I want to keep empty.
Empty?
Yes.
Okay, this is empty. In begin section, what
in
you
the
want?
begin section, you declare.
You want me to declare a variable here?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Number. Okay, then.
Yes. You can define size also. That is okay. But will it run?
Is. Now you want me to execute it?
Yes. Throw an error.
Sandeep is telling something. Why it will throw error, Sandeep?
We have to declare it in declare section only, in the not in execution section.
Okay.
We can initialize in execution, but not declared.
Data type has to be declared in the declaration section.
Okay. Now, I'm executing it. Check the output. It's throwing error message. Again, the reason is this is this we have declared in the execution section. This has to be declared in the declaration section. I think we have covered it somewhere. I've shown that.
So it is, it is always mandatory to declare inside declare section. That is mandatory.
Yes, I have covered this here.
Yes.
This variable has to be declared in declaration section. Okay.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Clear.
Okay, fine.
Can we add declare keyword in the begin block, like inside begin?
Nested block. I will come to that, then I will explain it. Nested block. It will be covered in the next nested block. When I will cover that. Okay. Any other question?
Tanvi, little bit confused on the case sensitive part. Like the data is, I think, case sensitive, right? But the table name, column names, like this full name, I think is insensitive in Oracle. Am I right? Or like...
this variables you are telling, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So generally the variables, if you will check in any programming language, it is case insensitive. Earlier as well in SQL, it was variables in different programming languages. You check Python or any other programming language, it is case sensitive. Okay. In SQL, it was case insensitive, but in the latest edition, Okay, I remember we have worked on it. So they have added few more features. It was case sensitive. I'm not sure this is the one which I'm using. It is the latest one or not. That is what I told. I will check and I will update you. So I missed it. They have, if you will see this option, let me show you there. 1 minute. Here in tools, you have some preference options. Okay. So here we have some settings. I will check that whether it is, we have enabled that or not. Okay. Hope that is fine.
Yes.
I will update you
Sir,
on
in
it.
SQL,
Okay.
only data is case sensitive, right? Column names are all are insensitive.
In SQL language, only data is case sensitive. Your column name, your table name, the reserved keywords, all are case insensitive. You can write it in any manner. Okay. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Fine. But this part I will again confirm you. Okay, I will check which version I'm using. And in the licensed version of my official laptop, I will check this as well. Okay, fine. So we will share the recording of today's class and then we will share with you that's download recording, how to download, how to install it. But before that, please don't initiate that downloading process. And if you have downloaded, please never uninstall. Very important point. Otherwise, if you will download it again, it will throw a message. Okay, and the next class will be on Graphy. We will let you know how to register on Graphy. Okay. Fine then, guys. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
Take care.
sir.
Bye.